So Amit, my question would be, when you said that people have to be treated like people, okay? So I think you are talking about the human touch, which, or the empathy towards your co-workers or your employees, okay, without considering, let's say, the superior or the junior relationship, or the employer or the employee relationship. So spending somewhere around 30 years in both in job as well as running a successful business.
35
Uh, have you ever faced a scenario where you would have to fire anyone? So this is a very specific question, and maybe it have you ever fired a person? Because what we understand is कि private नौकरी होती है ना यार, यहाँ पे तो आज है कल खत्म. तो or is the scenario, let's say, if this kind of a scenario erupted in front of you, how did you manage that? Was it basically counseling that employee that this is the thing where you are lacking and you have to improve, or it was straight away you said कि नहीं भाई तेरे से काम होना नहीं है और तू कल से नहीं है? So because ये एस्पेक्ट जो है ना, ये एज अ मैनेजर और जनरल मैनेजर और वाइस प्रेसिडेंट तो फेस करते ही करते हैं, और एज अ एम्प्लॉयर हमें ज्यादा दुख देता है बिकॉज वी आर पेइंग द सैलरीज ऑल्सो. Okay. So how have you basically handled such kind of a scenarios, if at all you have faced it?
Okay. So, yes, I have fired people. Not that I have not fired. Yes, I have fired. But then, you see, there's one thing which I with my in my working, in my skill, if I would say, I could add to myself, was that selling. When I say I have been into sales, so there's a very basic difference. Do you want to sell your product, or you want to make the buyer to buy your product? Right? When you are selling, means you are pushing your product, whether the person needs it or doesn't need it. Whereas when you make a buyer, a person buy your product, means the person is convinced that yes, I need it.
Yeah.
So because it is my need, he is only providing me that.
Yeah.
Right. I would say the same thing is to be used, or probably to be taken into your practice with the people also, wherein you are able to make people understand that where do they stand, what are they doing. So when you are understanding, I personally feel that generally it is said, कि हमारे 99% of the people are चोर हैं, काम मतलब काम करना ही नहीं चाहते हैं,
काम चोर है.
काम चोर है, काम नहीं करना चाहते. I have never believed this, right? My belief system says that 99% of the people शरीफ हैं, काम नहीं करना चाहते हैं, ऐसा नहीं है, काम करना चाहते हैं, और वो चोर नहीं है. और वो मैं इस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से कह रहा हूं कि आज जब आप एम्प्लॉयज की बैकग्राउंड वेरिफिकेशन करवाते हो, so in your organization, if you are appointing 100 people, recruiting 100 people, and you are getting the BGV done for all 100 people, out of 100 there is not even a single report which comes as a red कि हाँ जी इसका कोई क्रिमिनल बैकग्राउंड है, या ये चोर था, या इसने कुछ कुछ ये कुछ फ्रॉड करके आया है, या कुछ करके आया. नो, they all come as a very clean and very we make 3 color code होता है उसमें हमारे BGV के अंदर, बैकग्राउंड वेरिफिकेशन के अंदर. there's a color code which is being given.
Okay.
Green is absolutely clear. Orange is where you are not able to verify because of lack of documentation or the information which you are not getting it on time. And the red is clear cut, समझ में आया कि ये problem है. So there is a criminal check which is being done, a court verification and a police verification. In that verification, out of 100, if we are not getting even one who is falling into a criminal background, or a falling into unethical working or doing or practices, which means all 100 people are fair, they are good people, they are good human beings, they are right human. The problem which comes in here is still you find that they are being fired, they are not being able to do, which means चोर नहीं है वो. उनकी प्रॉब्लम ये है कि उनके पास स्किल नहीं है. So my belief system tells me that 99% of the people are not aware उनको करना क्या है.
Yeah.
They are not being taught. They are not being guided. They are not being given that skill set. They are not being trained to do it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. So training in this country, I believe, is one of the biggest challenge. What you do is आपने आज एक बायोडाटा लिया. एक बंदे ने आपको अप्लाई किया कि ही वांट्स टू ज्वाइन योर कंपनी. आपने उसका इंटरव्यू किया. विद इन हाफ एन आवर आप उससे पूछते हो कि अच्छा अपनी फैमिली बैकग्राउंड बताओ, आपने पढ़ाई क्या करी, आपने कहाँ काम किया, क्या काम करते थे. वो जो जो बोल रहा है आप उसको एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हो.
Yeah.
और उस बायोडाटा के अंदर भी उसने वही लिखा हुआ है जो वो बोल रहा है.
Hmm.
राइट. आप उसको ये वेरीफाई कर सकते हो क्या वो उस कंपनी में काम करता था. आपके वो वेरिफिकेशन में निकल के आता है हाँ जी ये काम कर रहा था. क्या इसने बोला है इसको ₹1,00,000 महीने का दे रहे थे आप. हाँ जी बिल्कुल सही है, हम इतना ही दे रहे थे. क्या ये वहां से किया है छोड़ करके कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं हुई. नहीं जी इसने कोई चोरी चकारी नहीं करी. अच्छा इसने एजुकेशन वहां से ली थी. हाँ जी एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूट आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी कंफर्म कर रही है. ये इसने अपना एड्रेस आधार कार्ड दिया है, आप वहां पे एड्रेस वेरीफाई करते हो, हाँ जी यहीं पे रहता है. अच्छा
Hmm.
पुलिस वेरिफिकेशन में पता लगता है कि हाँ जी कुछ भी ऐसा नहीं है. ऑल दैट इज गोइंग वेरी हेंकी. बट स्टिल द मोमेंट ही ज्वाइंस यू विद इन 15 days और 1 month आप कहते हैं यार ये क्या ले लिया हमने यार, इसको तो हमें निकालना है. बिकॉज उसको आपने उस आधे घंटे में यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू इवेल्युएट वेदर द पर्सन हैज गॉट अ स्किल सेट और नॉट.
Right.
एंड आफ्टर टेकिंग हिम आपने उसको एक हफ्ते के अंदर इंडक्शन करके कि हाँ जी ये काम है तेरे भैया, गो शूट, and you will throw him in the world and in the market. Go and work, get the business done. Now if he is able to do the business, you are happy, oh we had a right choice.
Yeah.
If he is not able to do the business, person is wrong.
Yeah.
You don't want to question yourself.
Yeah.
What did you do about it? What
Right.
was your contribution to it?
Yeah.
Why didn't you realize, why didn't you evaluate this कि यार उस बंदे का वो स्किल सेट है या नहीं है. आई गिव यू वेरी डे टू डे हम लोग अपनी वर्किंग के अंदर हम लोग फॉर एग्जाम्पल if I go to gym, right? Now, the moment I enter a gym and I am supposed to lift X amount of weight, right? I will pick up, let's say, 20 kgs dumbbells and I will start doing my biceps train for it.
Yeah.
And suddenly a coach comes in and he says कि बॉस 15 दिन हो गए हैं आपको यार यही करते हुए, 15 दिन से अब 50 वाला उठाओ.
Hmm.
राइट. उसने ये एनालाइज नहीं किया कि मैं 50 किलो उठाने की मेरी कैपेसिटी है कि नहीं है.
Yeah.
और मैंने उसके प्रेशर में आकर के या मैं ईगो लिफ्टिंग के अंदर आकर के मैंने 50 किलो को उठा भी लिया. इधर आई विल मेक एन इंजरी टू माई सेल्फ, मेरे को इंजरी हो गई होगा,
बिल्कुल.
या मैं सक्सेस नहीं होगा मेरा,
Hmm.
मैं उठा ही नहीं पाऊंगा.
Yeah.
Was I trained to pick up that? Was I communicated, told about it or not? ये कोई इसके ऊपर कोई फोकस ही नहीं करना चाह रहा है.
Hmm.
अब the moment you get into this scenario, suddenly you get to understand that X number of people are being communicated कि बॉस ये बंदा जो है इसको आप निकाल दो. क्यों निकाल दो? परफॉर्मेंस ही नहीं.
Hmm.
अच्छा आपने किया क्या उसकी परफॉर्मेंस बढ़ाने के लिए? Was he, the person is working with you for 2 years, 2 साल के बाद आप कह रहे परफॉर्मेंस नहीं दे रहा है, इससे पहले दे रहा था क्या? अगर पहले दे रहा था और अब नहीं दे रहा, दैट मींस देयर इज सम प्रॉब्लम व्हिच हैज हैपेंड.
Yeah.
राइट. देयर हैज यू सी पीपल, जनरली पीपल डोंट वांट टू look at the both the sides of your working.
Right.
My question has always been not on the non-performance. My question has always been on the performers. कि जो परफॉर्मर है तू कैसे कर रहा है भाई?
Hmm.
बिकॉज यू हैव अ सक्सेस स्टोरी टू टॉक, राइट? या तो तू सही तरीके से कर रहा है या तो उसके अंदर कुछ जुगाड़ कर रहा है.
या तू सिर्फ स्टोरी सुना रहा है.
ठीक है.
ये हो सकता है.
अगर तो तू सही कर रहा है, देन लेट व्हाई टू रीइन्वेंट द व्हील. लेट पीपल लर्न इट फ्रॉम योर एक्सपीरियंस एंड
Yeah.
सिंपली फॉलो दैट यार.
Yeah.
और अगर तू स्टोरी सुना रहा है या जुगाड़ ही कर रहा है, देन आई डोंट वांट दैट परफॉर्मेंस फ्रॉम यू, बिकॉज दैट परफॉर्मेंस इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी सस्टेनेबल. इट विल fall flat
Yeah.
any day. It
Right.
will fall flat any day, and that is going to be a bigger issue for me, because आप एक लेवल पे आप अपने अपने सिस्टम को, अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को, अपने वर्किंग को एक लेवल पे लेके आते हो, showing the numbers, and suddenly वो numbers are vanished, you are nowhere.
Yeah.
So the entire organization, entire system, entire market will start looking at you in a very skeptical manner, that why so much of zigzag in his overall performance and working.
Right.
So my point has always been that, how much time I'm spending on people. When I say treat people as people means they have their own stories to tell,
Yeah.
right? You cannot treat them like in a machine or an object.
No. Yeah.
You are supposed to do X numbers, simple, do it, matter close. No,
Exactly.
life doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
People don't behave like that. They don't work like this.
Yeah.
You have to understand where is the gap, what has not worked for him, because of which it has not, the person is not able to perform.
Yeah.
Eventually, still you have to fire somebody. It's not firing. It is basically making the person understand, boss, you are a wrong fit for this job.
Yeah.
And therein that guy would be leaving in on his own, and you will make the exit easy for him, and getting him for his right fit job is a better way of doing it, which for the organization it may look like, you have fired him, but it's not firing. It's basically shifting the person for his right track, rather than, carrying a baggage
Right.
which is going to be more than you, is going to be harmful for that human being,
Yeah.
person. बिकॉज वो आदमी कभी भी लाइफ के अंदर वो जो काम उससे आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो वो कर तो पा नहीं रहा है,
Hmm.
लेकिन जितनी देर वो वहां पे रुका हुआ है उतनी देर वो हमारे को तो डिस्टर्ब कर रहा है, या हमारी परफॉर्मेंस खराब कर रहा है, या हमारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को इम्पैक्ट कर रही है, बट वो इम्पैक्ट इज नेग्लिजिबल, उसके लिए तो पूरी लाइफ ही उसकी उस पर डिपेंडेंट है.
Exactly.
जिस दिन उससे वो हटी, वो ही विल बी एब्सोल्युटली नोवेयर.
Yeah.
So the moment you start feeling that, you are treating a human being like a human being, then you are concerned that, one should not be falling into a wrong track, and can we put him into a right track?
Yeah.
Yes, but the moment it comes to the credibility issue, then there is no ifs, no buts. I have even fired people in my corporate working, wherein I found there is a credibility issue,
Yeah.
integrity issue. So when there is an integrity issue, no, there's something called, uh, you can be, there is a very specific small training session which I used to take with anyone. Till date, I do it.
Hmm.
Till date, any person who joins my organization, also ref check experts, or even in my job also, I always used to, with my teammates, I always used to do a small session of 2 hours, wherein we used to talk about something called UX,
Okay.
right? This was a small training, not a training, it was a more of a discussion platform, wherein I used to ask that, what do you understand from UX? So I don't know if you are aware about this. UX means your reflection, your प्रतिबिंब. ठीक है? आप जब आप शीशे में दिखते हैं तो आपको अपना अक्स दिखता है,
Hmm.
right? So I used to write that. So my presentation says, AKS. So there are 3 letters to it. So I say that S stands for skills,
Okay.
K stands for knowledge, and A stands for attitude,
Hmm.
right? These 3 things makes your UX. These 3 things make your reflection.
Right.
So when you evaluate any individual, what are the 3 things which you look for? उसको जब आप सवाल करते हो कि बॉस, आप, for example, when you're talking to me, when you're asking me questions, what are you looking for? कि इस बंदे के पास नॉलेज है, इसने इतने साल काम करके आया, इसका स्किल सेट है, एंड इस बंदे के अंदर एटीट्यूड कैसा है,
Hmm.
कैन ही टॉक कंफर्टेबली विद अस.
Yeah.
अगर मैं इनमें से एक भी चीज मेरी मिसिंग होगी, आई विल नॉट बी इन अ पोजीशन टू टॉक टू यू,
Yeah.
राइट? सो, and I also believe that skill can vary. You can have 80% skills,
Right.
and you can learn skills. Knowledge can be 80%, 90%, 50%, which you can add to it.
Yeah.
But attitude cannot be learned.
Yeah.
Attitude, either you have it or you don't have it.
Yeah.
Attitude is like an integrity. Attitude is like credibility, right? Which cannot be learned or which cannot be added. Either you have it or you don't have it. You can't say I'm 90%, मतलब मैं 90% ठीक आदमी हूँ, 10% चोरी करता हूँ.
Hmm.
ठीक है?
नहीं कह सकते.
ठीक है ना?
हाँ जी.
सो एटीट्यूड या तो है या नहीं है.
नहीं.
So if you have the attitude, you can learn the skills, you can learn the knowledge. These two things will complement your attitude, and your ox will is going to be the most beautiful one, which is going to be doing what you are looking for from yourself.
Right, right.
So the moment ever we find that, when you are dealing with people, when you understand, okay, this is what there's a gap going on.
Hmm.
The person has got some concerns, some issues because of which he's not able to do what is expected out of him.
Yeah.
Only thing is we need to first question ourselves, what have we done about it? Is it about integrity? Is it about attitude? If it is about attitude, there is no question to be asked. It has to get closed.
Right.
Then that means the person is wrong with you. A wrong attitude cannot be changed,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
But if a
Absolutely.
person has got a right attitude,
Yeah.
only thing is missing out on the skills and the knowledge,
Yeah.
then invest your time. No?
So very,
Invest
very
your
well.
time,
Yeah. Very
invest
well.
your training, and
Yeah.
you can make the person probably do wonders for you.
Yeah. Very much relevant, Amit. The way you have described it, right? Ux. So I'll also remember this. See, as you said, absolutely, it is perfect. You can enhance your knowledge, you can enhance your skills, okay. But if you are not having a right attitude, that means you are gone. You are not going to. So you may be able to make the first impression, but the moment your attitude is not right, it is not aligned with the organization or the objective of why you have been hired, okay, then I think you go for the toss, right?
More than the organization or the you know anybody else.
Yeah.
It is about yourself.
Yeah.
First is your attitude works for you,
Right.
isn't it? So if you don't have a right attitude for yourself also,
Yeah.
forget about the world. It is not going to do anything for you.
Bilkul. Bilkul.
So when I say when I just maybe half an hour back when I said that I love myself,
Yeah.
I respect myself, I pamper myself. This is the attitude I have for myself.
Yeah.
Unless I will not boast myself, unless I will not take care of myself, I cannot take care of anybody
Yeah.
else. I cannot, because I have to raise the bar for myself. Then only I'll be able to serve it to others.
Yeah.
Because I can only deliver something which I expect from people from
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
And if I am not being treated well, I will never be able to treat others well.
Yeah.
So it is very, very important that you have to have an attitude for yourself first. If you have a good attitude for yourself, good, bad, there is nothing called good or bad. Attitude is something which is doing the right thing, and there are no frills attached to it,
Yeah.
right? And you're very clear that you are being honest to yourself. You are being when you are doing something, not because there are people seeing you.
Hmm.
Even when you are in the dark room all alone, there also you're doing the same thing, is something called attitude,
Attitude.
isn't it?
I will
So
just I will just give you one example. Gaur
yeah,
Gopal
please.
Das ji, you must be aware.
Yeah,
Okay, he's a top motivational speaker from India these days. Okay,
yeah.
with all his spirituality and all, right? So he was mentioning one thing. कहते हैं कि attitude दो तरह के होते हैं, एक positive attitude, एक negative attitude. Negative attitude की पहले बात करते हैं. वो कहते हैं कि अगर ये कोई नहीं कर रहा, तो मैं क्यों करूं?
Hmm.
और अगर ये सब कर पा रहे हैं, तो मुझे क्या जरूरत है? जबकि पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड वाला कहेगा कि अगर ये कोई नहीं कर पा रहा है तो मुझे करना चाहिए, और
Yes.
अगर ये सब कर रहे हैं तो मैं क्यों नहीं कर सकता?
Exactly.
ठीक है, तो वर्ड्स का हेर फेर है थोड़ा सा, ठीक है, लेकिन
Indeed.
अनलेस एंड अनटिल यू डोंट अंडरस्टैंड, सो यू कैन बी फ्रॉम अ टीयर वन आईआईटी, आईआईएम से आप एमबीए एमबीए कुछ भी लेके आ जाइए, लेकिन अगर आपका एटीट्यूड ठीक नहीं है, सो यू वोंट बी एबल टू डिलीवर.
Indeed. 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 So whenever I had come across this kind of a scenario wherein I had to take decisions on people.
Yeah.
Personally, I have spent a lot of time on that.
Okay.
Before taking any kind of a decision, I have spent a lot of time, and I made it a point that I give them enough space, enough uh, enough understanding in terms of uh, what is exactly got missed out in the entire process, which has brought them to a position or a level wherein things are not working for them?
Yeah.
And can I be of any help to them in terms of making things work for them? Even if it doesn't happen the way we are looking for, then probably we can move in terms of shifting the person from one position to other profile where probably he'll be a better fit.
Better fit. Yeah.
Because आपका आपका एनालिटिकल माइंड आपके डेली वर्किंग को एनालाइज करना भी एक इट्स एन आर्ट, right? Which not many people, I don't know if you generally look at it, people, if you talk to them कि अच्छा तुमने आज क्या किया, तो probably they will not be able to even tell कि मैंने किया क्या आज.
Yeah.
आप एक एक मैं बहुत मेरा एक बहुत सिंपल एग्जांपल मैं जनरली आई हैव बीन गिविंग इट फॉर लास्ट ऑलमोस्ट 20 years now, out of 35 years of my working. For last 20 years back I understood this. The biggest problem today with most of the people is that you can't appraise yourself. In a year, when you have the appraisal, right, and when you want to appraise yourself, you don't even know what to write.
Yeah.
Self appraisal is the biggest thing, which is most difficult thing for one. कि मैंने Because when they have to think, which means this is not something which is happening with them.
Right.
वो जो कर रहा है आदमी को सोचना नहीं पड़ेगा ना.
Yeah.
आप बड़ा सिंपल है. मैं सुबह से मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, आप किसी से पूछो कि अच्छा सुबह उठ के क्या किया, तो वो कहेगा, मैं वॉशरूम गया, मैंने ब्रश किया. क्यों? क्यों ये कर रहा है वो. लेकिन उसको बोलो कि अच्छा काम में मैंने, हाँ मैंने आज उससे भी बात करी थी, मैं उसके पास भी गया था. दे हैव टू थिंक, because that is something which they are not analyzing, कि whether they are doing it for work or they are doing it as they have been told to do it. It has become their routine कि तेरे को 4 कस्टमर से जाके मिलना है, तो वो 4 कस्टमर से मिल के आ गया. लेकिन वो 4 कस्टमर के अलावा इस दुनिया में कोई कस्टमर बचा नहीं है. द मोमेंट दैट थॉट कम्स टू देयर माइंड, उसके ऊपर उनका जो एफर्ट है, उनका थॉट प्रोसेस है, उनकी वर्किंग इज गोइंग टू बी एब्सोल्युटली डिफरेंट.
Right.
जनरली व्हाट हैपेंस, अच्छा देखो यू हैव टू मेक 10 विजिट्स. ठीक है सर, मैंने 10 विजिट्स मारी सर, कुछ हुआ ही नहीं आज, माल तो बिका नहीं. ओके, अब मैं कह रहा हूं कि आपको इस एक कस्टमर के पास और जाना है, और ये इस दुनिया का आखिरी कस्टमर है जो तेरे से खरीद सकता है. इसके बाद कोई कस्टमर बचा नहीं है जो खरीदेगा. योर एफर्ट, योर टॉकिंग, योर एक्सप्रेशन, योर प्रेजेंटेशन, एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग टू बी एब्सोल्युटली डिफरेंट when you consider that one individual to be the last one in your life.
Yeah.
Because your thought process works like that.
Right.
So that is what comes with your working and with your understanding. And when I understand that, yes, okay, the person is probably not the right fit for the particular job, then I always choose to move them to some other profiles. If in case the profile is not available with me, I've done it, that maybe they can look for some other industry, or they can look for some other organization. But I always suggest never go for the same profile.
Okay.
Because वो जो उसके साथ में मेरा डिस्कशन रहा है हमेशा, एटलीस्ट आई हैव मेड इट अ पॉइंट दैट एवरी इंडिविजुअल जिसको भी जिसके जिसके साथ में हमने चाहे वो फायर किया हो, चाहे वो गोल्डन हैंडशेक किया हो, कुछ भी किया हो, we have anyone who has been eased out of my organization, be it corporate world, be it my own organization, has been made to understand that what is the right profile for him. He should be trying for that only, rather than again going and simply making money के लिए job मत करो यार.
Right. Right. Right.
Money will follow you if you are into a right profile.
Right. Right.
If you are into a right industry, if you are working for the right thing which you have it in you. आपका जो स्किल है, जो आपकी नॉलेज है, और जो आपका एटीट्यूड है, उसके साथ में जो आपकी प्रोफाइल आपके लिए बेस्ट मैच करती है, अगर आप उसमें काम करोगे, पैसा अपने आप आएगा यार.
Yeah.
आज नहीं आएगा, 2 महीने बाद आएगा, 6 महीने बाद आएगा, बट आएगा ही आएगा.
Golden.
आज बड़ा पैसा देख करके चले तो जाओगे, लेकिन वो 2 महीने से ज्यादा चलेगा नहीं. 2 महीने बाद तुम्हारे को फिर लात मार के निकाल दिया जाएगा. क्यों? क्योंकि काम नहीं किया. So that is, it doesn't work for you like that.
Yeah.
You
Golden
can't.
words. Golden words, Amit. So I think the youngsters as well as the people who are listening to you will gather a very valid point that पैसा follow करेगा आपको if you have the right attitude, right skills, right. If you are apt for that profile, if you are fit for that, I think everything will follow. You don't have to run up after that.
Never.
So